Hey everybody, it's Mike. I know you all are as excited as I am about the big news from last week. Ted Lasso season 4 is confirmed. And has there been a better leader in the history of pop culture than Theodore Ted Lasso? I mean, just think about the quotes. Be a goldfish, right? We all have to be a goldfish sometimes. Let those mistakes, let those things that we didn't do exactly as we would have liked to, let them go. Taking on a challenge is a lot like riding a horse. If you're comfortable while you're doing it, you're probably doing it wrong. That's the world in which all leaders, HR professionals, that's the world in which we live, isn't it? If we are comfortable while we're doing something, we will never evolve. We have to continue to take on those challenges. Be curious, not judgmental. And we talked about this in a prior episode. Stop letting stereotype thinking, preconceived notions impact the way you view things going forward. And one of my favorites, if you care about someone, and you got a little love in your heart, there ain't nothing you can't accomplish together. These pearls of wisdom, these gems, can't wait for season 4 to start again. But the reason I'm talking about Ted is because one of the things Ted does better than just about any leader I have ever seen is the concept that I want to discuss today, and that is inspiring calm. I love that phrase. Think about it for a second. Inspiring calm. We all understand that the world in which we live today, it is complicated. It is confusing. In moments, it's just plain scary. And we have leaders who fundamentally don't appreciate that fact. And every time something goes just a little bit sideways, they get apoplectic. They go from 0 to plaid in 0.4 seconds. Head explodes. It is so massively detrimental to your team when you are not able to control those emotions. If there's one thing we learned during COVID, and I know that seems like a million years ago and at the same time about 10 seconds ago. If there's one thing we learned, it is that the only thing that is predictable is that things are unpredictable. We've got to be able to roll with the punches. We have to be able to inspire calm. Let people know that mistakes will happen and they can be a goldfish. Let people know that we've got that love in our heart and we can accomplish these things together. Let people know that if they screw up, you are there to support them, not to eviscerate them. And we know leaders who do this in the exact wrong way. And yes, sometimes there is a right and wrong. We know leaders who do this in the wrong way. Those leaders that you don't want to talk to, heck, that you don't even want to go near their work area or get on a Zoom with them because you get sucked into the vortex of stress and tension and fear. And folks, managing through fear, it doesn't work. And the context in which I want to mention that is in the idea of yelling. And there are still so many leaders out there. And by the way, did you ever hear Ted yell? Maybe he raised his voice once or twice for a very specific purpose, but he didn't yell. And he was a football coach, and he didn't yell. There are leaders who lead through yelling, through the installation of fear, through intimidation, and you ask them why they do it, and don't you almost always get the same answers? I want people to work more effectively. I want them to work more efficiently. I want them to think more creatively. I want them to work better. And yelling at them will have exactly that impact, except you know that is 100% not true. My older daughter, Mia, who's 21, Mia was born with this edge to her. And I dig this edge. I love this edge. Mia is not an acceptor of things, never has been. I suspect she never will be. Mia pushes. Mia challenges. Mia demands explanations for things to her that sometimes do not make a great deal of sense. And it is a characteristic that I absolutely believe is going to serve her incredibly well as she gets older. But she's 21 and she was 17 and she was 12. And while I am not that much of a yeller, there have been times where I've asked Mia to do something and she's like, yeah, no, Dad, you know what? I'm good. And I push back. Come on, kid, work with me. You know where this is going to end. Verbatim quote from age 14. Father, you have not provided me with a compelling reason to do so. And it happens these days. It happens infrequently. But from time to time, yeah, I raise my voice. From time to time, yeah, I yell at her. And when I do, you know what she does? She either gets defensive or she cries. and then I get defensive or I cry. In either event, we have not come close to achieving what we are trying to achieve, which is what? At its core, it's behavior modification. At its core, the yelling didn't work. What works? Inspiring calm. You know what fosters creativity? People's understanding that if they make a mistake, they're not going to get excoriated in front of large groups of people. You know what increases and improves efficiency and effectiveness? Your belief as an employee that your leader has your back, that you got that love, and that you can kind of do anything together. The times are hard, the times are complicated. The times are, again, in moments, just plain scary. The better we as leaders are able to maintain calm, the better we are able to inspire that very calm in the people who report to us. That's when we reach efficiency. That's when we reach effectiveness. That's when creativity reaches its peak. Go back to Ted. Listen to his words. Watch his deeds. Check out his emotions. The man inspires calm. Season 4, hopefully coming soon. Folks, thanks so much once again. I really appreciate your time. Please comment, please share, and as always, hope to see you soon.